Suscríbete a nuestro canal de YouTube y recuerda que todos los miércoles a las 10 de la noche estamos en YouTube Live para ver videos como este.
¡Qué honor tener al mejor crítico de cine de nuestro país, Oscar Uriel! Bienvenido al programa, amigo.
Les tengo que decir algo que...
Traes fans y todo el asunto.
Me debe tanto dinero, Roger, que cada vez que dice el mejor crítico del país...
¿Quién más hay?
Entonces vamos restándole a la deuda, ¿no?
¿Quién más hay?
Ayúdame, compadre, con mis
hay?
compañeros, ¿no? Con mis
todos
colegas.
son buenos, pero tenemos al mejor acá. Y ahora con una película que todo el mundo está hablando, ¿eh?
Pues sí, mira, la verdad me da mucho gusto estar aquí en tu programa y presentar estas entrevistas que tienen que ver, yo creo, con una de las producciones más esperadas del año.
Y más costosas, ¿no?
Exactamente, que es la saga de la Guerra de las Galaxias,
sí.
¿no? Los últimos Jedi. Y ahora México se ha convertido en una plaza muy interesante para promocionar este tipo de producciones, Roger. Por lo general, antes nosotros viajábamos mucho a Los Ángeles o viajábamos a Nueva York,
claro,
o incluso a Europa, pero ahora se presentan los actores aquí en la Ciudad de México
y
se hacen entrevistas exclusivas.
Viene todo
Estuvo
mundo.
Ryan Johnson, Daisy Ridley, quien es la protagonista, y Mark Hamill, quien es Luke Skywalker, como todos saben ustedes.
Nadie tiene estas entrevistas, lo vamos a ver en exclusiva aquí en el programa.
Las vamos a ver aquí, se las traje en
maravilla!
exclusiva.
¡Wow!
Y sobre todo se van a poder dar cuenta que lo que les estoy diciendo es verdad, porque son dos tipazos
son
de
leyendas.
primera. Exactamente.
¿Vemos?
Vamos a ver.
What makes Rey such a fascinating character?
I think for any character in any story, it's seeing a three-dimensional human person.
Mm-hmm.
And I think what's amazing about her is she's drawn to this thing, and everything is pointing her in one direction, but there's a massive amount of insecurity and vulnerability. And seeing those two things side by side, and seeing basically how a person is formed and how they react in insane circumstances, and if they react well, I think that's her biggest blessing, is that she tries to do the right thing all the time. Yeah, so that probably.
Can we see her as a role model? Can we talk like she's a role model right now for young girls, for example?
Yes, because I think she does have a strong moral compass, and I think it's she's trying to find her home, like her heart, her soul's home, and she's a badass, and she can fight, so that's cool too.
I know we can't say much about this movie, but what can we expect of this chapter?
Lots of humor, but also an exploration into some like dark themes. So yeah, hopefully very enjoyable film.
Recently we saw you in Murder in the Orient Express with this great example. You did a great job on it.
Thank you.
I think you're great. It was how was the experience of working with such great actors in a movie and story, being part of an ensemble?
I think it's amazing about Star Wars is all of these strands of stories, they all contribute to the other. One cannot exist without the other. So I always felt part of an ensemble. But Murder on the Orient Express was amazing.
It was amazing.
Yeah, it was amazing to be with, I think the physicality of being with a group of people a lot of the time makes it feel more like an ensemble. But it's only just being in the same place.
This is your first time here in Mexico City?
Yes.
First time in Mexico at all?
Yes.
Are you looking forward to something?
I really want to go to an island called Isla Punta. It's meant to be a tiny one with no cars. But it's very exciting being here. And I just worked with Damien Bashir, who's a Mexican actor.
Yes.
And he was telling me all about Mexico, so I wish I had more time to see it, but I will definitely be coming back when I'm not working.
You're going to have a blast.
Thank you.
In the city. Welcome.
Thank you so much.
Nice talking to you.
Thank you.
Thanks much for the interview, Mark. Are you aware of a legion of fans that you have here in Mexico? I really love personality.
Well, a lot of people follow me on Twitter from Mexico, and I love the people, I love the food. It's just, they're so gracious, they're so warm, and finally I got the chance to come to Mexico City.
Did you ever imagine at some point that you were going to reprise the character of
Absolutely not. I mean, he told us, well, I'm not doing 7, 8, and 9. I said, whatever, George, you earned your retirement. And we had a beginning, a middle, and an end, and that was it.
And then what happened?
Well, he turned Lucasfilm over to Kathy Kennedy. Then Disney bought the franchise at such a price that they have to get return on their investment. And they launched the new trilogy. And I'm telling you, even though I was kind of shocked that I was only in the last moment of Force Awakens, I thought, oh, it's kind of a relief because I'm so intimidated in coming back.
It's a perfect ending.
Yeah, it's enigmatic, and I can experience all the fun without doing any of the heavy lifting.
What can we expect? We know you can't say much about the movie, but what can we expect of this film, of The Last Jedi?
What I felt was not only reading it, but then seeing it on the screen. It's incredibly ambitious. It's got an identity all its own. It's got all the elements that you want in a Star Wars film, the action, the adventure, the humor. I mean, there's parts that are hilarious to me. Suspenseful, scary, amazing space battles and so forth. But it's got a darkness to it that is more akin to Empire than any of the others. It goes to a really dark place. And it pushed me out of my comfort zone. I got a little nostalgic. I said, it's like somebody found my old toy box and they're playing with my old toys. But you have to eventually give it up and pass it on to the next generation. And that's what I do in this film.
Has been a pleasure talking to you.